Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all really well. Today is the 1st of March, which means it's time to do a little February roundup. I did this last month. I will try to do it every month. I hope you can appreciate the fact that I'm very backlit right now because there's a window behind me. So I've got a ring light on, which means every so often there will be a green light in my eyes because I feel like seeing today. I could take my glasses off just for you if this was bothering you, but then I wouldn't be able to see. And I think that's more important because I need to look at myself in my phone so I can keep an eye on this spot and make sure it doesn't get any bigger. That's what I need to do. Right, okay guys, I am incredibly comfortable right now. I am wearing this, it's what the kids call an hoodie. Not an official one, but it is thrifted from the charity shop. So I'm very comfy right now. I would implore you to also be incredibly comfy right now. I would recommend grabbing a cup of tea. Maybe your mug won't have as much lipstick on it as mine. I would think though that your mug would have less smiley faces on it. February. This year we got an extra day. How did I spend it? I went to the charity shops. That's how I spent my February 29th. Let me know how you spent yours. I just really hurt my fingers just by accidentally stabbing my nails into my fingertips. Wouldn't recommend. There's a film called Leap Year or Leap Day. I think it's called Leap Year. It's like a rom-com. It's quite an old film, but I've never seen it. And yesterday I really wanted to watch it. I looked on all the streaming services. It wasn't available anywhere for free and I didn't want to pay for it. I don't like paying for films digitally. If I'm paying for a film, I want to own it forever in a physical form. Just call me old school. You can if you want. So I made it a mission to go to the charity shop yesterday to look for it and I found it. Can you believe it? I manifested finding that DVD. I picked it up off the shelf in the charity shop. It was empty. So I didn't get to watch it. That's how I wanted to spend my leap day yesterday, watching the film Leap Year, but it didn't happen. So I will try and buy it and watch it in 4 years from now on the next leap day when I am 33 years old. Anyway, let's talk about Feb, shall we? So what did I do last month? I did kind of like rounded up like what I did, what I watched, what I listened to, this, that and the other. So what I did, I have actually should have got a vlog up if I got my shit together. A vlog should have gone up before this video of a couple of bits that I did in Feb, so hopefully you would have seen them. But I went to a charity shop event at the charity shop Farah. I learnt that it's Farah and not Farah because in the vlog I was not sure if it's Farah or Farah. It's Farah, it was confirmed to me. So I went to an event there, which was the London College of Fashion students showcasing some items that they had basically like made and upcycled out of denim, which was really interesting. I did that with my friend Amy. And before we did that, we went to an exhibition called The Cult of Beauty, which was really great and I'd really recommend it. I'm not sure how long it's on for, but I would highly recommend it. It's near Euston Station. Really interesting. Free exhibition. Really good size. Would recommend. I also did a Galentine's with my friend Laura. Again, I vlogged this, so hopefully you would have seen a bit of it. We went thrifting, we went and got lunch, and then we ended our evening in a board game cafe, which was so fun. I have never been to this board game cafe, but I've wanted to for such a long time, and we had ever such a nice time drinking cocktails, having a bit of food. It was just glorious. I really want to go back there. My dad's birthday is in less than 2 weeks now, so I might see if he wants to go. Also with Laura, I didn't vlog this, but also with Laura and also my friend Charlie, we went to a kilo sale. A kilo sale is where you basically stuff a bag up and you pay per the kilo. So this particular one was raising money for a local hospice charity, and it was £5 a kilo, which is really good. Usually kilo sales are done by like vintage places and they're usually minimum £10 a kilo, but actually more often than not they're like £15–20 a kilo, so this was outrageously good. I went to one in the summer before, which was also really good, and I only bought kilos worth of stuff, so I got like 4 or 5 bits for £5. It was pretty iconic. But yeah, we did that in Canterbury, and then we did a bit of thrifting in Canterbury, grabbed some lunch, and then me and Laura went thrifting in Sittingbourne, and we actually made friendship bracelets in Costa, which was super cute. I also had dinner with my friends, Laura, Amy and Penny. We all met up in Islington. I went to a really cute restaurant called Le Mercury. It's a little French restaurant. It is really, really affordable. I definitely recommend if you're ever in Islington and want to get yourself a cheap din, go to Le Mercury, and the vibes were immaculate. We had a lovely time. It was lovely to see the girlies. And then earlier on in that day, I spent the afternoon in London. I went to the charity shops in Crouch End, and I also went to the cinema in Crouch End because I am in my cinema era, well and truly. I went to the Picture House. It's a lovely little art house cinema. I was quite enamoured with it. Got a really lovely cup of coffee there as well. And that was just a really lovely experience. But I'll talk more about cinemas and films in a little bit. Last week, a week ago today actually, I went to Essex to help Amy with some content for work. She works for Havens Hospices, and they were doing an event in their shops. It was an outlet takeover event, so all of those charity shops, the Havens Hospices charity shops, turned into an outlet for the weekend, and I went along to help promote that by making like Instagram content and stuff. And then Amy and I kind of hung at her house for a bit, and then we went for drinks in the pub with Amy's friends, which was really cute to meet some of Amy's friends from school. I had already met one of the girls, and then there was 3 others that I hadn't met, and it was really nice. My evening did end on a very sour note though, because there was a landslip on the trains, which meant I couldn't get home easily, and I had to get an Uber home from London, so that was less than ideal, but a really nice day otherwise. And then the last thing that I did this month was I went to football. I wouldn't normally mention going to football because it was something I did really regularly. Like, I would never miss a home weekend game for Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea season ticket holder if you're new here. But I hadn't actually been to a football game since November because I was just a busy bee. But yeah, I went to football. It was actually not at home. It was Wembley because it was a cup game, and Chelsea lost, which was massively less than ideal because it took us like 3 hours to get home from Wembley, which is not normal. It was a bit of a faff, but still managed to have a nice afternoon seeing some football friends and stuff and hanging out with Dad. So all was not lost. So that was basically the gist of everything I did. Obviously throw in a bunch of cinema trips in between and charity shops and things like that, but those were the main highlights of what I got up to in Feb. So music, I have listened to a huge amount of The Last Dinner Party, which is my current obsession band. Their album Prelude to Ecstasy I've just been having on repeat. I definitely recommend giving it a listen. Also Beyonce, Texas Hold'em. It's got a hold of me. It's got me in a chokehold. I'm listening to that all day bloody long. And also, what's the other one? Is it 16 Carriages? 16? Is it 16? I know it's Carriages. I just can't remember the number. I think it's 16. That one was also a tune. And there was also a song that I heard through TikTok. And if you are also chronically on TikTok like me, you'll know it. It goes... And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. You're welcome for that beautiful rendition. So that's a song called The End of Beginning by, I want to say it's pronounced Dijo. I don't know if it's Dijo. Probably is. But it is the person behind it. I can't get my words out. The person behind it is Joe Keery, the actor, who I guess most people know from Stranger Things, which I haven't seen. I know him from Free Guy and what's that really fun film where he goes on a murder spree? Oh, it's called Spree. I would recommend the film Spree, actually. It's quite a good bit of fun. So yeah, really into that song as well. And then literally just today, just started listening to his other songs as well, which I am enjoying. The last time I filmed this video, I felt like I was getting a cold, and I feel like I'm getting a cold now. And Amy said she was getting a cold, and I saw Amy a week ago, so Amy Lorenz, are you giving me a cold? I've also had horrific allergies though. Like when I woke up and my eyes were redder than Satan's arsehole. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. What else? What else? Things I thrifted. I'm too lazy to go get them, but I did a TikTok on my favourite thrifts of the month, so I have pictures of them. I got a really cute kind of, well, I got this for a start, the star of the show, if you will, but I also got another green item with a mushroom on. Bizarre. I thrifted this sweatshirt zip up thing from Wisdom Hospice. It was £4.50. It's from a brand called High Spirits. I've never heard of her, but I'm a fan. I also thrifted a bunch of stuff from Havens because, like I said, I spent like a whole day. I basically did a charity shop crawl of like 8 Havens Hospices shops, so I got a lot of stuff there. I got this really, really fun bag, which is originally from Fossil, so really nice quality. It's kind of like Y2K vibes, but that was like £2-3 quid. Just an absolute steal. I got something else I've been living in this week, but it's in the wash at the minute. This Nirvana hoodie, again, was from Havens Hospices. It was £3 quid. It's so soft and so comfy. It's like, I don't feel like I can wear this if I'm working, in case like someone phone calls me, in case someone like rings me up on Teams. So I don't really feel like I should be wearing this. So I've been living in the hoodie at work this week, all week, because it's just as cozy and comfy. I got this really, really fun cardigan, which is like black. It's a black ribbed cardigan. It's very cropped. It is a bit small for me, I'm not gonna lie. And then it's got this fucking iconic leopard print collar and trim on the sleeves. And I had cardigans like this saved in my Vinted, and they kept selling because I was being tight. So yeah, I found that in a charity shop for a few quid. And then I got an amazing vintage waistcoat, which I did show in the vlog I was talking about earlier. That's just a vintage polka dot waistcoat from Mary's Living and Giving in Islington. Yeah, I thrifted quite a few other bits as well, but I won't go on about it all. You can follow me on TikTok because I shared it on there, and I've got to plug my TikTok somehow. Very briefly to discuss food. I love nachos, but I'm very particular about how I like nachos. I would prefer nachos to not have all the gunk on top. I'm not a fan of getting messy. I don't like messy fingers. It kind of freaks me out. So when my mum does nachos at home, she just does like Doritos and cheese, and then does, for me, a side of like guac, a side of sour cream, a side of salsa. I don't like it all on my stuff. And I don't like nachos to have like jalapenos or like chili on stuff. I just like cheese, crisps and sauce, okay? So I took a bit of a risk when I was out in the board game cafe with Laura, and I ordered nachos, and they came almost, they were pretty much perfect. They came with just a beautiful plate of crisps with an evenly spread amount of cheese, and a generous amount of cheese at that, with all the dips dolloped on the side. I'm gonna think about her always, because it was just so happy, because that's exactly how I would have made them. And I just felt like, I just felt seen for the first time in my life, you know. It was a lot. So yeah, and also it was pancake day, so I had some pancakes, which kind of slapped. I went and got them in Wetherspoons because I am a loser, and I went to Wetherspoons on my own and ordered pancakes on pancake day. So I feel like all that's left now to talk about is films. So I watched 21 films in February, which is the most I think I've probably ever done. And one of those films was a rewatch. So I watched 20 films for the first time, 20 first watches in Feb. And that's a lot. It's a lot. I would say that my standout films were The Iron Claw, My Roman Empire. I think about it every day. Every day I think about The Iron Claw. And that was like one of the first ones I watched this month, so it's been a rough month. After Sun, I wanted to watch that for so long, and it was like never available to watch anywhere for free, and it finally arrived on BBC iPlayer. Past Lives, that would also be a highlight. How to Have Sex, that was great.
8 hours later.
I have just sat here and spoken for films for an unhealthy amount of time, to a point where I think I should probably make a separate video about all the films I've been watching. So I feel like that's what I'm gonna do, because your girl just went on a tangent about films. So I think I'm gonna make a separate vid, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And that was my February. In March, I'll give you a little teaser of what I've got going on. I am getting a tattoo next week with my friend Penny. We're getting almost matching tattoos. They're kind of like the same thing, but they're different designs, and Penny's will be in colour. Mine's going to be just in black. So that's very exciting. Do you know, I don't really have much going on in March. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, there must be like a couple of other things that like, it's my dad's birthday. I'm doing an arts and crafts evening tonight at my sister's house. But yeah, I can't think of anything else that I'm doing in March, really. Like, nothing's like booked in yet. Oh no, I'm going to a fun event next week. It's like a spring brunch thing with Bernardo's, the charity, so that'll be fun. I'm a little bit apprehensive about that because none of my friends are going, and I don't know who else is going, so I might put on Instagram to see if anyone's going. Have I ever gone to an event with no one else? I can't think. It's not my idea of a comfortable situation to go to an event alone. I don't know if I've ever done that before, but it should be fun anyway, regardless. And that's the day after I get my tattoo with Pen. I think that's all I've got booked in so far, so I better start crack-a-lacking on some things, but hopefully things that don't cost me an arm and a leg, because your girl is poor. So I'm selling stuff on Vinted. I'll leave my Vinted in the description and buy my stuff, please. I'm struggling. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you go. I've kept you here long enough. I'm gonna go film a video about films. Catch me waffling on for 5 hours about the 20 films I've watched this month. I'll see you next month, but I will see you before then, but I'll see you next month for this theme of video, maybe. It's a bit of a shambles, isn't it? Like, it's a bit all over the shop. So we'll see if I carry on the monthly roundups. But I hope you're all well. I hope you were all as cozy comfy as I was. And I'll see you later. Take care. Lots of love. Toodles.